Hey, it's Dr. Ernst, host of the AskDrErnst Show. Are you sick and tired of doing all the right diet and exercise, but yet struggling to lose weight? No matter how hard you try, diet after diet, workout after workout, and still no results? Well, hey, join me this Saturday at 10 a.m. I'm hosting a free functional weight loss masterclass that will finally reveal why your body is holding on to fat and exactly what you can do to unlock your fat burning mode naturally. This isn't a cookie cutter diet talk. It's real science and real solutions. You'll discover the hidden hormones that are sabotaging your metabolism. You'll discover why eating less and moving more is a flat out lie and the number one mistake that keeps your fat cells stuck in survival mode. Space is limited. We have over 700 registered. Join us by texting your name, email, and the word weight loss to 704-906-2094. Do it right now. Functional weight loss is not about counting calories. It's about finding the cause. Text the word weight loss plus your name and email to 704-906-2094.
Beyond wine, we really care about health. The health of the planet and the health of each other. That's what inspired us to start this business. Our family of team members meets every morning for a group meditation, followed by an open gratitude session. We believe a sound mind with a focus on peace is the best instrument for change. Joint meditation is the cornerstone of our company culture, and it helps us remember what's important, spreading joy and love, just like our family growers. Our family is a collection of passionate, health-conscious individuals who love to laugh and enjoy each other's company. We eat seasonally, grow our own vegetables, cook together, and share wine. Our team is incredibly dedicated to our mission. Everything from sourcing the wines to answering service questions. Your natural wines were found and sourced around the world by our wine team. They taste every one, oversee their lab testing, and choose exactly which ones go in which box. If you order, your individual box will be packed by our incredibly hardworking fulfillment team. If you have any questions, your service requests will be handled by a wonderfully loving member experience family who only have one goal in mind, your 100% happiness. This video is put together by our talented media team, filmed and edited in-house, just like the rest of our artful media. From our unique creations to our printed lifestyle piece called A Matter of Taste. We put love into everything we do, and we hope to share it with you.
Would you like to experience a better night's sleep? Want to feel well rested and ready for your day? Discover an amazing solution with Celient Sleep Recovery. Our Celient Sleep Recovery products are made from a patented yarn embedded with a blend of 13 infrared active minerals. Celient technology never washes out. The benefits will last for their entire lifespan. Minerals reflect the body's own energy by using Celient infrared active technology, boosting your oxygen levels and improving circulation to reach REM sleep gracefully. Our customers love to comfortably sleep throughout the night because of Celient. We've conducted 9 independent clinical studies by well-respected scientific institutions and universities that prove the many positive effects Celient has on the body. Our technology is designed to help you achieve a refreshing sleep recovery. Get into bed to experience our smooth Celient Egyptian cotton blend sheets. Protect your mattress against the sands of time with our Celient mattress protectors. With our pillow protectors, you get the benefits of our recovery therapy. Explore new places and feel well rested throughout your journeys. Discover luxurious support that allows you to sleep in almost any position. Neck blankets are small and compact. You can bring them with you just about anywhere. Experience the foundation your body deserves. Start waking up refreshed and always ready for the day ahead. It's time to achieve the best sleep of your life to unlock your hidden potential. Start experiencing a better night's sleep with our Celient Sleep Recovery products today. Celient. Recycle your body's energy.
Good afternoon. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Hey, my name is Dr. Ernst, and this is the show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you get to be set free from your health problems. Man, I am super excited. This morning, we had one of the biggest and the most impactful masterclasses I've ever done. 750 people from the local Charlotte area hopped on this morning as I took them through a deep dive into turning on your fat burning switch. Guys, did you know that you have a switch inside your body that says either burn fat or store fat? And if you're stuck in the metabolic mess of storing fat for energy, this is why so many people can't lose weight, can't get their energy back. And during today's masterclass, I revealed the top 3 steps to identify, locate, and remove the cause of your weight loss resistance. So just because of how exciting this morning was, I mean, I've been up since 4 a.m. It's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon, jazzed up, ready to go. I want you to be able to get access to that masterclass in case you didn't get registered in the last 4 weeks. All you have to do right now is text the word replay with your name and email to 704-906-2094. You're going to hear from people who have lost 40, 50, even 60 pounds using the Ask Dr. Ernst method. The event is entirely free. You're going to get all the resources you need to understanding why you're not burning fat, understanding why your energy is low, understanding why you gain the weight back even when you do it the right way with diet and exercise. So again, my gift to you, last chance opportunity to watch the Ask Dr. Ernst 30 pounds in 30 days masterclass. Text the word replay with your name and email to 704-906-2094. We'll zip it over to you today. You can watch it this weekend, and trust me, it's going to transform the way you view natural weight loss. Again, the word replay plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. And you know, anytime a masterclass shifts, it makes us go into the next phase of what we want to teach you guys. And now we're shifting into an entire series on heart disease. And we're diving into one of the most sustaining organs in your body, because your heart is not only just important for pumping blood and keeping you healthy and keeping you alive, but whether you've been diagnosed with high blood pressure, or you've had a heart health scare, or you simply want to make sure your heart is in tip-top shape, today's episode is going to arm you with what I believe to be the truth that conventional medicine often overlooks when it comes to the facts of what are the functional causes of heart disease. We're going to discuss 6 different undiscussed connections. Like, this is not things you're going to hear from your conventional physician. You're not going to hear them say, hey, these are the 6 things that cause heart disease. These are functional causes. The research is out profoundly showing the connection between them. And I'm going to dive into how you can learn more about each of them, what you can do to solve each of them so we can get your heart insanely healthy. And I thought, for just the sake of it, let's listen to some amazing facts about your heart. A God-created organ in a God-created being that's doing something exceptional for you. And most of us, I think, take it for granted. Did you know that your heart beats about 100,000 times every single day? It moves approximately 2,000 gallons of blood through 60,000 miles of vessels every single day. Not only are those vessels, if stretched out long enough to wrap around the earth twice, but 2,000 gallons of blood would fill an entire fuel tanker. So your body has this massive pump. Over the course of your lifetime, they estimate your heart will beat approximately 3 billion times. And unlike other muscles in your body, it never, ever rests. This tiny organ weighs less than a pound, but it works harder than any muscle in your body. It has an electrical system that is so sophisticated that it can even beat while it's disconnected from the nervous system. And despite having this incredible marvel of engineering, for some reason, heart disease remains the number 1 cause of death in the United States today, accounting for more than 1 out of every 5 deaths registered. That's nearly approximately 700,000 Americans. Let that sink in. It's an exceptionally divinely created organ with its own electrical system, and yet so many of us have heart disease. Yes, it is a silent killer. You can't feel it until it's too late. And perhaps the most alarming of all, Now, research is showing that it's affecting people even younger. We're finding people in their 20s and their 30s and their 40s already diagnosed with cardiovascular disease. Most people assume that heart disease is all about cholesterol and blood pressure. But I'm going to be honest with you, high blood pressure and high cholesterol are not the cause of heart disease. Let me let that sink in again. High cholesterol doesn't cause heart disease. High blood pressure doesn't cause heart disease. It is the symptom of your heart not functioning properly. Think of them as downstream effects of whatever the functional problem is. It could be an issue with your detox system. It could be an issue with your nervous system. It could be a challenge with the mitochondria, the physical cells of your heart that are supposed to create energy. And the tragedy is conventional medicine focuses so heavily on suppressing numbers with drugs that it rarely ever goes after the true origin of the original dysfunction. So in today's broadcast, we're going to go beyond just the basics. We're not going to be talking about cholesterol and blood pressure as causes of heart disease. Instead, I'm going to reveal to you the top 6 known functional causes of heart disease. These are actual root cause imbalances that initiate the drive of cardiovascular disease. These culprits are very rarely discussed in classic cardiology or your cardiologist's office, but they're significant, measurable, and most importantly, ready for this? Reversible if you go after the underlying root cause. Everything I'm talking to you about today is found in our newest ebook, Heart Disease, Heal Thyself. It has an update as of 2025 with more information, more functional causes, more solutions for you. And this ebook is yours absolutely free just for listening in today. You're going to find information about why cholesterol doesn't cause heart disease, why blood pressure isn't the effect. There's even some information here about toxicity and neurological connections, leaky gut. I have all of the root causes in here, plus solutions, things you can do naturally to start fixing it. Just simply text the word heart plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Not only will we send you the ebook, but in approximately about 5 weeks, June 21st, my next free online masterclass, you're going to love this one, Solving Heart Disease the Right Way, lowering blood pressure, lowering cholesterol, because they're not causes, they're symptoms. Fix the root cause, cholesterol drops, blood pressure drops. Even talking about how to clean out your arteries and removing calcification and plaques. This is a Heart Heal Thyself Summit. Early bird registration is open right now. You can grab the free ebook and join us for that event. If you're somebody taking a statin, a high blood pressure, you have a palpitation, arrhythmia, if you have a heart health issue you want to fix naturally, text over your first name, your last name, your email address, and the word heart right now to 704-906-2094. Again, Saturday, June 21st, Masterclass, 10 a.m. in the morning. Heart Disease, Heal Thyself ebook, yours free right now today. 704-906-2094. I see the text coming in. So again, one more time, the number 704-906-2094. So today we're going to be talking about inflammation, toxins, insulin resistance, mitochondrial health, your nervous system, and nutrient deficiencies. There are the top 6 causes. Issues within those pathways are going to create cardiovascular distress. Each of these plays a dynamic role in damaging arteries, disrupting your heart's rhythm, interfering with oxygen delivery to your tissues. But here's the good news. Each one of them has a natural, effective, and holistic approach for a solution so you can dramatically improve your heart health. And it's not just about preventing a heart attack. Hopefully you guys understand that. It's about upgrading the way your heart functions. At a cellular level, it's about moving from fear to freedom, about understanding that you have the power within inside of you to control the destiny of your heart. So we're going to go from pills to a powerful lifestyle strategy that's been shown to bring your heart back into balance. And as always, I won't just tell you what's wrong. We're going to tell you step-by-step solutions at what you can do to fix each of them. So let's get going. Cause number 1, chronic inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural response to either an injury or an infection when it's in an acute state. But when it becomes chronic, meaning it's lingering without any resolution, you've had inflammation for a year, 2, 5, 10, etc., it becomes one of the most damaging forces within your cardiovascular system. Chronic inflammation silently starts to attack the endothelium, which is the thin lining of the arteries. So here's what they're currently finding out. You don't get plaquing and cholesterol issues first and then a clog. You get inflammation of the vessel first. It's like having sandpaper scrub the inside of the blood vessel day after day after day, causing it to become inflamed, and eventually you get micro tears in the endothelial lining, and that attracts calcium, and that attracts cholesterol. So when this damage occurs, the body's trying to physically heal it by sending cholesterol and platelets and immune cells to the site. And this process, while protective in the short term, if repeating scratch damage, irritation, plaque, scratch damage, irritation, plaque, will eventually start to lead to atherosclerosis, hardening of the arteries, fatty acid deposits, calcium buildup. And over time, this is what your medical doctor will start to see. But the cause is inflammation in the first place. It's not genetics. It's more lifestyle. Remember, refined sugars, processed foods, seed oils, alcohol, toxins, stress, life today, leaky gut. These are all sources of inflammatory fuel. So every single time you bite into an inflammatory food, or you breathe polluted air or drink polluted water, your system starts to flare up into an inflammatory state. One of the major sources of inflammation is the gut. Leaky gut is known to allow lipopolysaccharides. These are bacterial toxins to get into the bloodstream. And this triggers an immune response that inflames your arteries. There is a massive connection between your gut and your heart. So inflammation can drive oxidation, which is a version of rust. And here's where cholesterol now becomes interconnected. Cholesterol doesn't innately plaque and clog an artery, but oxidized LDL cholesterol is much more sticky. It becomes something that sticks to the vessel wall. This is why inflammation and oxidative stress sparks the fire of cardiovascular disease. Now, here's what's really cool. You can actually test for inflammation. We often run HSCRP. It's a high sensitivity C-reactive protein marker, or glyca, GLYCA. This is a fascinating one. It actually measures the amount of proteins in your blood that are coated with sugar. If you have a score higher than 400, inflammation is present. And if it's 500, 600, 700, we're now scoring and raging your inflammation. And I'm going to be honest with you, most people have never had a glyca or a CRP levels tested for cardiovascular function. So what do? Well, number one, we have to recognize everyone's inflamed. We have to get rid of the inflammation from our diet. Anti-inflammatory diets: eliminate sugar, eliminate gluten, eliminate dairy, get rid of seed oils, processed foods. We know this, right? Wild-caught fish, free-range chicken, grass-fed meats, raw nuts, berries, seeds, clean water, and getting rid of all carbonated beverages and even commercial drinks, energy drinks, etc. The greatest anti-inflammatory supplements: curcumin from turmeric, omega oils, especially EPA and DHA, resveratrol, quercetin. And you can start working on your gut with probiotics. You can use glutamine and collagen powders, and even adaptogenic herbs to help calm the body down, like ashwagandha and holy basil. All of these will help to decrease the inflammatory fire, and there is functional root cause number one. Again, this is all described for you free with guides and resources in the Heart Disease Heal Thyself ebook. Just simply text the word heart plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. We'll send it over to you today. You can start reading it now. You can begin to implement heart healing tactics immediately. Okay, cause number two. Rarely, if ever, will you hear any physicians talk about this. It's the connection between heavy metals and your heart. Toxins, specifically lead and mercury and cadmium and aluminum. You go into the research, pull up PubMed, which is, by the way, a national library of published articles. You can find anything you want. Just type in heart disease and heavy metals and be prepared to have your body wowed, your mind opened up into the idea that we've known about this since 2016, 2018, etc. Unlike other minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc, heavy metals interfere with function of the cells. They do this a variety of ways. Lead often will leach from old plumbing systems or contaminated soils and get into your body. Mercury, found in silver amalgam fillings, dental fillings, seafoods, vaccines, cadmium from cigarette smoke, industrial pollution. Aluminum is a big one today. There's a major connection between aluminum toxicity and cardiovascular health. Almost all of us are rolling aluminum-based deodorants under our arms every morning, not recognizing we're harming our heart. Or the cookware we use that's aluminum-based. Or the processing of foods. A lot of baked good items have trace amounts of aluminum inside of them. Over time, they accumulate in your organs and they can affect your heart. Here's how this works. Lead weakens the structural integrity of your bones, driving calcium out of the bone and into the soft tissues where it can very easily stiffen your arteries. Mercury almost always disrupts the SA node, the actual firing center of the heart that sets the rhythm and the beat. So since that's your natural pacemaker, we often find arrhythmias and palpitations connected with mercury toxicity. Did you know that cadmium will disrupt zinc, which is an antioxidant enzyme, reducing the ability for you to protect yourself against oxidative stress? And what's even more ominous is all of these metals, including aluminum, shut off nitric oxide production, which is your natural vessel relaxation. Nitric oxide opens your blood vessels. So if you have heavy metal toxicity, we don't get enough nitric oxide, vessels get tight, blood pressure goes up, inflammation's present, we start to see calcium buildup, and then it leads to plaquing. Do you guys see it? It's the root of why the cholesterol elevates and hangs around in the arteries. The heart is, of course, very particular. It needs energy from the mitochondria, and heavy metals disrupt mitochondrial function. What happens is we can't produce enough ATP. It's your body's cellular energy in the heart. And so the heart becomes weak and it can't produce enough energy to sustain its workload. And because your heart is working every single second without stopping, we start to see heart failure, which is called fatigue of the muscle, fibrillations, palpitations, arrhythmias, high blood pressure, etc. We also know that heavy metals disrupt magnesium-potassium channels, which is crucial for the rhythm and the rate of your heart. A lot of medications for the heart are either calcium channel blockers or potassium alterators or whatever you would call that. They alter potassium metabolism. If magnesium and potassium regulate your heartbeat, we need to make sure that you have enough of them and they're not being interfered with. Heavy metals displace those two minerals. So we can have arrhythmias and palpitations, even more likely. And unfortunately, it's known that heavy metals increase homocysteine, which is a cardiotoxin. So if we look at labs, we can run homocysteine levels, we can run CRP levels, we can look at glycosylated A, glyc A, the amount of proteins in your blood that have sugar connected to them. And there's even ways to test for heavy metals. The best part is today, it's well known that there's chelators and binders that can go after these toxins. You do need to get tested. A simple hair test can show you if you have high levels of aluminum or lead or mercury. And imagine if you have cardiovascular disease and a test comes back positive for heavy metals, now there's action called chelation therapy. Magnesium EDTA, one of the greatest binders of heavy metals, has even been shown in research to help lower and reduce calcium scores within the arteries of your heart. And high calcium scores are connected with cardiovascular disease. We can also use things like DMSA, which can go after mercury, or DMPS, which again is a global metal detoxifier. For everyday support, if you want to keep your body healthy, chlorella, spirulina, cilantro, activated charcoal, N-acetylcysteine, alpha-lipoic acid. You might be going, Dr. Ernst, you're going too fast. Everything you need is in the Heart Disease Heal Thyself ebook, which is free right now. Just simply text the word HEART plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. And we'll send it over to you and you can start implementing these techniques today. Listen, heavy metal toxicity is invisible. You can't feel it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, but it's not powerless. Once you clear out these toxins, blood pressure can stabilize rapidly. Arrhythmias can normalize. Energy can increase. Electrical balance of the heart can be restored. I have seen it happen over and over again. And you might be saying, well, why doesn't my doctor talk about this? Because there is no prescriptive therapies to remove heavy metals. And often they test them in blood. And heavy metals are so toxic, they won't be in your blood. Your body will shuttle them to tissues like your hair and your bones and your organs. Okay, cause number 3. We talk about this probably every single week. Insulin resistance and its connection to blood sugar dysfunction and palpitations, arrhythmias, heart health. Insulin resistance is a widespread metabolic condition that is affecting, in my opinion, like 80 to 90% of Americans. Normal fasting insulin needs to be less than 5. I've been in practice now almost 20 years. Rarely do we see a new patient walking into our office have a test of normal insulin. It's because our day-to-day life, the sugars we eat, the foods we consume, everything we put in our mouth pushes insulin. And the challenge is even small amounts of insulin create a hormonal storm that starts to affect every part of your body. One of insulin's most overlooked damaging aspects for your heart is how it actually regulates vascular tone. So listen, high levels of insulin will suppress nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator. So if you have elevated blood sugars, you have very low amounts of nitric oxide, which is why almost every single diabetic has high blood pressure or cardiovascular disease. Without nitric oxide, arteries become stiff, it increases resistance, it drives up blood pressure, drives up inflammation. Insulin resistance also is known to produce and shift your LDL particles from the large, fluffy, healthy LDL particles to the more dangerous, small, dense particles. They call this a pattern B shift. These particles, small, tiny LDL particles, are easily oxidized. And unfortunately, at the same time, insulin raises triglycerides, lowers HDL, and unfortunately increases a very unique inhibitor called plasminogen activator inhibitor 1. Phew! I bet that went right over your head. But guess what? PAI1, you got to start looking into this, is what promotes blood clot formation. So if we inhibit, you're going to start forming clots. The story doesn't just end there. We know that insulin can increase visceral fat. It makes us more metabolically unsound. And all of this starts to lead to cardiovascular inflammation. How do we lower insulin rapidly? What a great question. I'm so glad you asked. The answer's found in Heart Disease Heal Thyself ebook. Just simply text the word heart plus your name and email to 704-906-2094, and I'll send it over to you right now. But the key, the secret, is in intermittent fasting and doing longer term fasts. 16 hours of fasting with an 8-hour eating window with doing a low carbohydrate, moderate protein, high fat diets. Think of it as carnivoric or ketogenic, will help to drive your insulin levels down. You can also support this by using a very simple over-the-counter nutrient called berberine. It's a plant alkaloid that's actually been shown in studies to work as effectively, possibly even more, than metformin, the most common prescription used for diabetes. We can also add certain nutrients, chromium piconolate, alpha-lipoic acid, cinnamon oils and extracts, apple cider vinegar, magnesium. All of these help to begin to normalize blood sugar levels. Guys, insulin resistance is a major epidemic. There's a high likelihood, if you're listening to my voice right now, if you were to ping your insulin, it's higher than it should be, which is causing this reversible root cause. You can get your insulin levels down by stabilizing your blood sugar, becoming more metabolically flexible. Not only do you protect your heart, but it protects everything. It's your brain, it's your kidneys, it's your entire hormone system. So there we go. We have the first 3 of 6. We're coming up to a commercial break. I can hear it coming up, like it's on its way. So when we come back, we're going to go through causes 4, 5, and 6, mitochondrial dysfunction, autonomic nervous system imbalance, and nutrient deficiencies. And again, everything you need. If you want to start turning your heart around, give it an upgrade, a 2025 heart version 2.0 for you. Simply download the Heart Disease Heal Thyself ebook. everything you need as far as how to identify your root cause, steps and implementation tools, and then you can join us on Saturday, June 21st. Yes, I know it's a bit of ways away from today, but we're going to let, again, probably about another 1,000 people join us for that event. Simply text the word HEART with your name and email to 704-906-2094. Hey, it's the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Bring you the best natural wine the world has to offer, we've designed a fully curated membership program. Every selection you receive is different and unique. Every wine is picked by our wine team, lab tested for purity, and curated into a special box for your enjoyment. So how does the membership work? We offer two main options: a half case of 6 bottles or a full case of 12. You can request all reds, all whites, or a perfect split of both. Then you can set the frequency, monthly or every other month. We offer a similar simple membership for rosé and sparkling wines. After you choose these basic options, we'll do the rest. With every box we send you, we aim to present the greatest diversity of flavors, textures, and profiles. There's a healthy mix of the classics, but also rare varietals. We do this because natural wines taste different from their commercial counterparts. We want to share the best possible experience with you, so you can discover new wines you love. And you can always reorder a wine that took your heart, or ask us to avoid certain profiles. The best part is, you don't need any wine knowledge to fully enjoy these boxes. We curate our selections to be enjoyed without worry. Ultimately, this is Dry Farm Wines. We are so grateful to be able to share the power of natural wines with you.
Would you like to experience a better night's sleep? Want to feel well rested and ready for your day? Discover an amazing solution with Celient Sleep Recovery. Our Celient Sleep Recovery products are made from a patented yarn embedded with a blend of 13 infrared active minerals. Celient technology never washes out. The benefits will last for their entire lifespan. Minerals reflect the body's own energy by using Celient infrared active technology, boosting your oxygen levels and improving circulation to reach REM sleep gracefully. Our customers love to comfortably sleep throughout the night because of Celient. We've conducted 9 independent clinical studies by well-respected scientific institutions and universities that prove the many positive effects Celient has on the body. Our technology is designed to help you achieve a refreshing sleep recovery. Experience the foundation your body deserves. Start waking up refreshed and always ready for the day ahead. It's time to achieve the best sleep of your life to unlock your hidden potential. Start experiencing a better night's sleep with our Celient Sleep Recovery products today. Celient. Recycle your body's energy.
What if we told you that the health benefits of coffee could actually be increased through conscious roasting, sourcing, and processing? Introducing Purity, a health-conscious coffee company. At Purity, we've brought together a world-class team to analyze every step in the production chain from cherry to cup. We make decisions with only one thing in mind: how can we make the healthiest coffee in the world? Here's our 3-step process. Step 1, we search the world for the highest quality organic green beans that meet our exacting standards. Way less than 1% of coffee worldwide fit our sourcing criteria. Step 2, we test, and test again to create a specific roasting protocol for each harvest that maximizes healthy compounds and minimizes toxins. Step 3, we nitrogen pack our coffee within 48 hours of roasting and deliver to your door every 2 weeks to ensure maximum freshness. The result is the ultimate coffee drinking experience. You'll not only taste the difference in our clean, healthy coffee, with Purity, you'll feel the difference.
Our coffee club members report a bright, alert lift with less jitters than regular coffee and much more gentle on the stomach.
Sign up for Purity today, and you'll never have to worry about your source for healthy coffee again.
Welcome back. Happy Saturday. You're listening to the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. My name is Dr. Aaron Ernst. And hey, it's a show where pounds are shed, disease is dead, and where you get to be set free from your health problems. Hey, if you're just tuning in, we are right in the middle of an essential discussion that could and actually will transform your cardiovascular health. Today's topic is the top 6 functional causes of cardiovascular disease and how you can fix them naturally. In the first half of the show, we discussed the foundational truths about our heart, dispelled some myths about cholesterol and genetics, and then we went through unveiling the first 3 functional causes. To quickly recap, because some of you may just now be tuning on, we started with chronic inflammation as root cause number 1, the slow fire that's burning inside your body that irritates and damages the endothelial lining of your arteries. It's inflammation, guys, that draws calcium and cholesterol to the vessels, not cholesterol causing the fire in the first place. You know, it's often been said in cardiology clinics that are more holistic and functional, to blame heart disease on cholesterol is the same as blaming a house fire on the firemen. The ones who are there to put the fire out aren't the ones that cause the fire in the first place. So unfortunately, 50, 60 plus years of conventional Ansel Keys, high cholesterol based cardiology training has led most medical doctors to still assume that if your cholesterol's high, you're going to have heart disease. And that is not always the case. In fact, if you look into the heart disease ebook that I'm giving away, which you can grab right now today, just by texting the word heart plus your name and email to 704-906-2094, it'll show how there are tribes, cultures in the world that violate the rule of high cholesterol equals coronary artery disease. We have the Maasai tribes of Africa. We have the Inuit Eskimos up in the northern part of North America. We have the Tulukis over in New Zealand. And most of their diets, by the way, are exceptionally high in saturated fats, which is supposed to cause heart disease. Most of them have cholesterols north of 300. And yet, as cultures, they have extremely low cardiovascular health effects. Almost no heart attacks or cholesterol issues or blood pressure problems because it doesn't cause the disease in the first place. We talked about how inflammation is what attracts that cholesterol to the vessel. And if you're oxidized because of inflammation, then it shows up. So is it a secondary effect? Yes. And is it something you can take control of if you reduce your inflammation? Yes. Then we expose the dangers of heavy metal toxins and how these substances like lead and mercury and cadmium and aluminum are all known to interfere with cardiothoracic electrical conductivity. It's a fancy phrase to say it interferes with the electrical systems of the heart. Thus, we start to see palpitations and arrhythmias and blood pressure dysregulation. Then we talked about insulin resistance and how it's a rampant issue today. Even if you're not diabetic, your insulin levels might be too high, and how it drives inflammation and can lead to hypertension, arterial plaque, long before diabetes even shows up. So, hey, listen, if you missed any of the first part of the hour, wait till the end of the show. Give it about a day. The podcast will post on iTunes. You can check out WBT.com. Just type in Ask Dr. Ernst. All of our shows are there. You can also listen to them on YouTube as we stream every single show live every single Saturday. Now, for the second half of the show, we're going to go even deeper into 3 causes that I guarantee you no cardiac physician is discussing: mitochondrial dysfunction, autonomic nervous system imbalance, and nutrient deficiencies. Each of these affects your heart at more of a cellular level. And when you ignore them, you're robbing your heart of the ability to function the way that it was originally designed. These next 3 are going to shock you, because if you address them, your heart becomes stronger, more energetic, healthier, and fed so that it can do exactly what it was designed to do. So cause number 4, mitochondrial dysfunction. If you don't know this, every cell in your body has a subcell inside of it called a mitochondria. These are the batteries of your cells. And the unique thing is that different types of organs in your body have more or less styles of mitochondria. And it's real simple. If you need a lot of energy, you're going to have a lot of mitochondria. So guess what? Because your heart never takes a break, it never stops beating. It requires a massive amount of continuous cellular energy. It's called adenosine triphosphate, or abbreviated ATP. To keep contracting and keep your blood circulating, ATP is made by the mitochondria of the cells within the heart itself. And when the mitochondria become damaged, obviously your heart's going to become energy depleted. It can start to weaken. It's now more susceptible to disease. And this condition is diagnostically known as mitochondrial dysfunction. And it is a major overlooked contributor to coronary artery disease, heart disease, even failure, or heart fatigue. Mitochondria don't just generate energy, they also regulate signaling. So reactive oxygen species often pile up inside the mitochondria, and we have to detox them. If this doesn't happen properly, the cell can actually rupture and die, leading to what's called apoptosis. So in a healthy heart, the mitochondria produce ATP at incredibly fast rates. But if there's toxins associated, inflammation, unfortunately, a lot of medications interfere with mitochondria, the result is weakened heart muscle contractions, irregular rhythms, even poor recovery from stress. So what is it that causes the majority of mitochondrial breakdown? Being truthful, it's heavy metal toxicity, which we talked about just once before. And it's the fact that a lot of our medications that we take for heart health, statins, beta blockers, medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, etc., actually deplete your body of the very nutrient your mitochondria need. You've probably heard this, that if you've been on a statin for any duration of time, it can lead to this muscle ache sort of pain that starts to show up within your body. Well, they found out it's because the statins block the ability for you to produce and utilize CoQ10. And guess what? CoQ10 is needed for mitochondrial function. Without CoQ10, your mitochondria physically can't move electricity across the membrane of itself to make energy in the first place. And additionally, today, high carbohydrate diets with the use of lots of seed oils, canola, corn, Wesson, all these kind of vegetable-based oils will drive up inflammation within the mitochondria. Did you know that mitochondrial dysfunction is linked directly to cardiovascular failure? There is a condition known as a heart failure preserved ejection fraction. It's the HFpEF. It's a form of heart failure where the body basically lacks the energy needed to cause a contraction of the heart to take place fully, and we don't physically push out all of the blood from the heart. These people are often extremely weak and tired, and the missing link is their mitochondria is the root reason for it. So how do we restore mitochondrial function? Well, first, I hope you would understand you have to stop damaging in the first place. We have to get environmental toxins out. We have to do probably a heavy metal chelation or some version of a pesticide, herbicide detoxification in the first place. We need to get rid of processed foods. If you're on a statin, I would recommend highly talking to your physician to find out if there's things you can do to support yourself while on it. And you can even shift over to doing things like a mitochondrial healing diet or using certain supplements and nutrients. But a caution again, if you're currently under physician's care for your heart and you're taking various medications, A, you're only addressing symptoms. B, we're not going after root causes. And if you start to implement healing techniques that are natural, you could become overprescribed and starting to get symptomatology. This is why you have to talk with either a functional physician, a holistic doctor, or ask your cardiologist if there's a way other than what you're doing to help you with your heart health. How do we restore mitochondrial function? We need to start working on the nutrients that drive mitochondrial function in the first place. Today, if you're an adult listening to our show and you're anything over 35 or 40 years old, you must add CoQ10 in its active form, ubiquinol, to your daily regimen. You would be amazed how many people come into our clinic, and as we're doing just a basic vitamin mineral assessment, the majority of people aren't taking enough nutrients for their heart. I rarely see someone say, yep, I take CoQ10 every day. Now, I know it's going to happen. You guys are going to start texting and going, but Dr. Ernst, I take CoQ10 every day. I'm saying the average person that I work with that comes in with cardiovascular health issues, looking for a holistic way out, not taking CoQ10. They're not using acetyl L-carnitine, which is a great ability to push fat into the mitochondria. Rarely are they taking alpha lipoic acid, which again stimulates mitochondrial function. 90% of people that walk into our clinic when we test are magnesium deficient. And the thing is, again, magnesium helps to relax the muscle vessels of the wall, and it supports mitochondrial function. There's some lifestyle strategies you can implement. Infrared saunas, cold therapies. So like, taking a cold shower, boosting your vitamin D levels, stimulating your body with natural sunlight. All of these help to boost mitochondrial function. Did you know that your mitochondria actually have a photoreceptor? Fluorescent overhead lights, LED lights, suck the life out of your mitochondria. We need full spectrum light in order to stimulate our mitochondria. If you do this, cardiovascular health starts to climb drastically. Okay, cause number 5. I see it every single day, being that we are a structural clinic and we work with functional neurology. It is the fact of an autonomic nervous system imbalance, aka vagal nerve, which is cranial nerve number 10, comes out of the back of your neck, behind your skull, behind your ears, exits and goes to every major organ in your body, is a regulator of your body's fight or flight response. Very simply put, it's part of the autonomic nervous system, meaning you cannot control it. You can't sit here and consciously think, I'm going to increase the tone of my vagus nerve. But it governs everything that has to do with your heart. Did you know your vagus nerve sets the rate of your heart itself? It sets the pressure of your heart. It sets the tone of the vessels of your heart. When your system is imbalanced neurologically, we get into what's called a sympathetic fight or flight response. And often what it'll do is that will overpower the parasympathetic. I know these are heavy terms, but guys, like I have a 13-year-old who's studying basic human anatomy in 7th grade, and they have to know this stuff. Your central nervous system is broken into an autonomic system that drives everything you can't think of. That autonomic system is either going to speed things up or slow things down. I'm being very blunt and simple. The vagal tone is supposed to slow things down. So watch, if your vagus nerve is not working properly, if you have an interference in vagal tone, either a subluxation in your neck or some sort of alignment issue that's compressing the nerve itself, it doesn't fire appropriately and you lose the brake. Now, if you damage the brake, systems start to rev up. And have you ever noticed how with most people's heart health issues, it's always high blood pressure, high cholesterol, too much heartbeat, a tachycardia, fast heartbeats, or an arrhythmia, it's beating abnormally irregular. It's always too fast. Rarely do you see people who are like, man, I suffer from super low blood pressure. My pulse is really low. I'm having problems with my heart not beating fast enough. It's very rarely that. It's almost always it's overdriven because of the sympathetic system being on overdrive. The vagus nerve is the center of your parasympathetic system. It is the longest nerve in your body, 10th cranial nerve. It connects your brainstem directly to your heart, your lungs, your liver, your digestive system, your pancreas, your gallbladder, your kidneys. Every organ in your body has a vagal nerve connection to it. In regards to your heart, when the vagus nerve is interfered with, your body then remains in that sympathetic overdrive system. And what do we see? We see hypertension, we see palpitations, we see elevated cholesterols, we see significantly changed heart rates. The number one challenge here is that in order to balance your vagus nerve, you have to start testing your body's vagal tone. One way to do that is to start looking at what's called HRV, or your heart rate variability. There are multiple studies showing that if your HRV is low, it's a strong predictor of future cardiovascular events, even stronger than looking at cholesterol or blood pressure. So think about this. Something as simple as buying a Whoop or getting one of the Oura rings or just simply an HRV monitor. I mean, they might cost like $50 to $100. If you're going to get something fancier like a Whoop, I think it's like $200, and then you can wear it every day. When you look at HRV, there are a lot of things you can do to start stimulating HRV. Some of this includes chiropractic care. Getting your neck adjusted to decrease vagal tone has been shown in studies to elevate heart rate variation. You can also do, again, cold plunges and cold showers, breath work, breathing, box breathing. Vagal nerve stimulation is something that can happen innately. Watch this, when you start praying and meditating and practicing articles of gratitude to those people around you. When you start to watch your vagal nerve get improvements, you'll see your HRV levels climb. And an ideal tone would be to have an HRV like a 50, 60, etc. So if you're seeing HRV ranges in the 20s and the 30s, that's a warning that your vagus nerve isn't working properly and your body's not handling stress and you're in a sympathetic dominance. Again, the studies show HRV is a better predictor of global cardiovascular function than just looking at your cholesterol levels and monitoring your blood pressure. And if you get your vagus nerve stimulated properly using chiropractic techniques, vagal nerve decompression techniques, there's things you can use, spinal decompression. You can put a small roll behind your neck, sleep on it at night, opens up the vagal space. Vibration therapy, with your head extended looking up to the ceiling, can vibrate and stimulate the vagus nerve. There's so many things you can do. In fact, in the Heart Disease Heal Thyself ebook, I have an entire section dedicated to the vagus nervous system and things you can do to stimulate it yourself. Simply text the word heart plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. It's yours. We'll text it straight over to you. And again, on Saturday, June 21st, is my next live masterclass. Heart Disease Heal Thyself. If you're somebody who has high blood pressure and you're going, I've tried everything and I can't get it to come down, maybe we should start looking into these 6 causes. I'll show you how you can test for them and things you can do to fix it, just like we've talked today. If you've got high cholesterol and you've been barked at about getting your statins, to drive it down and you're worried about the side effects, or maybe you have tried it and it's not working, text the word heart plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. We'll show you how to stop looking at cholesterol as the root cause and go after chronic inflammation and toxicity, reverse those, and guess what happens? Cholesterol levels come down innately. Cause number 6. This is a big one. Did you know that your heart needs food? You actually have to feed your heart effectively. And when we come to this one, it's very simple, but yet it's a very overlooked tactic a lot of times that has this major effect. If your heart is missing nutrients, like anything else, it won't work the way that it should. Your heart requires a steady supply of very specific vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and amino acids in order for it to work properly and have good rhythm and great force, etc. I first want to talk about magnesium. Only because magnesium is involved in over 300 unique enzymatic reactions within the body. And it is absolutely crucial for ATP production. You cannot make energy without magnesium. So guess why so many Americans these days are so chronically fatigued and tired? We ping a very simple blood test. We ask for magnesium. It comes back low in almost every single person that we have. And it's partly because when you're inflamed, your body burns through magnesium faster. Some people are what are called magnesium burners. And unfortunately, the RDA levels of magnesium are not going to cut it in order to get you out of the debt of magnesium you have. It's super easy to take magnesium. Just know there's like 9 different types. And if we want to talk about a cardiovascularly strong, healthy magnesium, I personally like magnesium bisglycinate. One of the best and the strongest for helping to deal with a magnesium deficiency. Because remember, magnesium deficiencies are linked to arrhythmias. So if you have an arrhythmia, it may not be your genetics. It's more than likely just you're magnesium deficient. It's linked to hypertension. You'd be amazed how many people are taking blood pressure medications because they have a magnesium deficiency, thinking that taking more blood pressure medications is going to somehow solve their blood pressure issues. Causes muscle spasms, and 80% of Americans today, because of our diet being so nutrient deficient, have magnesium deficiency. Okay, number 2, potassium. It is crucial for maintaining the electrical conductivity within your heart. Did you know that low potassium can cause muscle cramps, weakness, and even arrhythmias? Then we have something called tauruine. This is a big player, guys. Tauruine is an amino acid that stabilizes the membranes within the heart and supports calcium channel movement. Without tauruine, your heart becomes too excitable, and so it's prone to fibrillations. So if you have a fibrillative, fluttery heart, think tauruine. If you have an arrhythmic heart, think potassium or magnesium. Don't forget B vitamins. Very, very specifically, B6, B12, and folate. Why? All of these regulate homocysteine, which is a sulfur-containing compound that can damage the walls of the arteries when elevated. And unfortunately today, so many of us have mutations of the very enzyme that is supposed to remove homocysteine. You've probably heard it. Joe Rogan, Gary Brecka, all these gurus are talking about MTHFR. It's a gene that produces an enzyme that's supposed to remove homocysteine. Okay, look, you guys can do this, okay? If homocysteine levels are high, your heart becomes affected. We often find CRP, the inflammatory nature of a reactive protein against the heart, elevates. Look, you can find cardiovascular disease on a blood test, not by looking at cholesterol, but by looking at inflammatory markers. If we work on methylated B vitamins, B6, B12, and folate, you can help to lower your homocysteine levels, which will help to reduce inflammation to the artery wall. And just because we talked about how crucial the mitochondria are for the energy of your heart, CoQ10, which is an essential nutrient needed for energy productivity, is absolutely required. I'm going to throw this out as a blanket statement. If you have cardiovascular heart health issues, you're wanting to get your heart healthier, you want to prevent some sort of a challenge, your daily intake should be magnesium, potassium, tauruine, B vitamins, CoQ10 at the minimum, just to feed your heart. And then what do? Well, now we start working on addressing all 6 causes. Lowering chronic inflammation, primarily driven by your diet and the fact that most of us aren't taking anti-inflammatories, not prescriptive, but natural anti-inflammatories. We talked about them at the top of the hour: turmeric, curcumin, resveratrol. We also can look into the fact that, again, many of us have toxins floating around in our blood. Today, heavy metals are becoming a rampant epidemic because we're rolling them under our armpits, increasing our aluminum. Many of us have vaccinations from our past history and fillings in our teeth that are mercury, amalgam-based. We're eating fish that are very toxic, and we accumulate over time toxins, mercury. We get lead from having exposures to contaminated drinking waters or growing up in the era of when lead was still in the United States. If you're over the age of 50, guess what? You grew up where there was still lead in the U.S. And these are known in research to disrupt the electrical conductivity of your heart. So what if your heart disease isn't genetic? It's not. What if it isn't cholesterol? It's not. What if it's because you're inflamed and you have heavy metals and you have toxins and you're not feeding your heart properly and you have vagal nerve interference? Can you see how, for us, this is the root functional way that we, through the Ask Dr. Ernst clinics, have been helping people mitigate their heart health issues, lower their blood pressure, reset their cholesterols, get off palpitative arrhythmias, and reduce the reliance on medications simply because we're not going after the symptom, we're addressing the root cause. If you'd like more information, because we're opening up your mind to this, text the word heart plus your name and email. I'll send you my Heart Disease Heal Thyself ebook today for free, and you'll get access to the up-and-coming Masterclass Saturday, June 21st. It's at 10 a.m. in the morning. It's 100% free, and it's 100% yours. Until next time, I'm wishing you clean arteries, strong heartbeats, vibrant energy, and natural living through the idea that, again, you can become your own doctor. I hope you found today's show to be informative. Remember, don't guess, test CRP, fasting insulin, heavy metals, HRV, nutrient panels, and vagal nerve chiropractic spinal exams can help you to break free from cardiovascular heart health issues. There were the top 6 causes. I hope that you guys tune in each week as we go deeper into the challenges between cholesterol. What is the deal with cholesterol really? We'll do a whole show on that. Blood pressure, whole show on that. Toxicities, leaky guts. We have the next 5 weeks to teach you how to get an extremely healthy heart. And then join us for the Masterclass on June 21st. Text the word HEART plus your name and email to 704-906-2094. Ebook's yours, Masterclass is yours, and I'll see you guys next week. Until then, be blessed.